What's up guys, this is Aditya. Now if you follow our channel, you would have seen that we posted the Vivo X5 Max unboxing a couple of days ago, which now has the crown for the thinnest smartphone in the world. But before the Vivo X5 Max came to the market, there was another phone that ruled the thinnest smartphone title, and that was the Oppo R5. And today we have the unboxing of the Oppo R5. This phone came out last October, or rather was announced last October, but was released to the general public in December. So here's our, let's take an unboxing of one of the thinnest phones in the world. The Oppo R5 box is a white plastic material. So unlike the normal boxes that you find these days, all being cardboard, Oppo's try to do it differently with the cardboard box. So in the front over here we have the Oppo logo, or the Oppo logo, and that is all we have for the box. Let's open it up and see what's inside. As soon as you can see, you can notice that it is not cardboard, it is plastic. So you can reuse this for something if you need to. As soon as we open it up, you can see the Oppo R5. Now over here we have the R5 logo, and there's a little flap to pull this open. Here we go, the Oppo R5. Now the first thing you notice when you see this phone is it's incredibly thin. If you can notice that. The camera is coming out just a little to add to that thinness of the phone. And one more thing you notice is there is no audio jack present. And I'll talk about that just a little bit later. Let's keep this aside and look at what else we get inside the box. As soon as we open the box up, you will find over here the wall adapter, which to my surprise is quite heavy. Over here we have the Oppo logo again and the USB port. Over here in this box, we have the earphones provided by Oppo. Now if you can notice this, it is not a 3.5mm jack, but rather a micro USB port. So how this will work is you have to plug it in over here, like so. So that's one thing that is a disadvantage about this phone, is that you cannot use just any old earphones. Maybe there is an adapter present in the market to use it, but I am not really sure. So those are the earphones, and there's another flap right here. Here we have some manuals, maybe some warranty cards by Oppo, and a case. Now unlike the Vivo X5 Max case, this case is a little bit more sturdy than that, still very thin though. And last but not the least, we have the cable for charging and syncing. Now I like this green theme that they've done everywhere. It looks kind of nice. The wire is quite sturdy, nice wire. And last we have the mini rapid charger introduction. So this does support fast charging. So basically everything you get in the box is of course the Oppo R5. You will get some paper by Oppo, which is for reading over here. You will get the earphones with the proprietary micro USB. You get a case provided by Oppo, the wire, and the fast charging adapter. So let's just keep all of this aside and take a look at the Oppo R5. So as you can see here, it is quite a big phone, not very small. It has a 5.2-inch Super AMOLED display, which has a pixel density of 423. So that's quite a nice pixel density at like almost 1080p. So let's just keep the screen aside, take a look around the phone and the hardware and the build quality. So the back over here, you can see that it is a metal frame, or a metal type of back panel over here with matte plastic on the top and the bottom. This metal finish makes it feel really premium in the hand. It's kind of slippery, but it's okay. It still adds a little bit of grip. You can see the Oppo logo. And over here we have the flash and the camera. If you can notice, the camera comes out just a little bit because otherwise it would add to the thickness of the phone. On the right side over here we have the power button and the volume rockers, both placed at very nice areas, so you won't see yourself stretching too much to use them. At the bottom over here we have the micro USB jack, so that is where you put in your earphones and charging. On the top we have nothing but the antennas. On the left, we have the SIM tray down at the bottom over here. At the front, however, we have the front camera, which is 5 megapixels, and we have some sensors, and we have 3 capacitive touch buttons at the back. One thing you can notice about this phone is the screen does not take up the whole thing. It's kind of a 3D effect, so it's kind of embedded in the phone. You can see there's a black edge around the screen. So it's quite, the UI is quite like any other Chinese phone, because as you can see there is no app drawer. We pull down over here and go to settings. About phone. So it's running Color OS based on Android. So we're using Android version 4.4.4 and Color OS version 2.0, which is Vivo's user interface. Now we get 2 GB of RAM and we get 16 GB of ROM. And added to that, we have a Qualcomm Snapdragon processor, which is the Snapdragon 615. So I was expecting a better Snapdragon for the price. The price of this phone is rupees 30,000, so I'm guessing they could have put an 800 or maybe even an 805 in this. Also, it says over here we have an 8-core 1.5 gigahertz processor. So that's quite nice. Maybe a 1.7 or 1.8 would have done better. Now, because this phone is so thin, they have to sacrifice on some things. One of them being the earphone jack, and the second being the battery. You will get only 2000 milliamp for your battery, which is a lithium polymer battery. So the battery life of this phone is not the best. If you look at other things that they've downsized on, there's not that much that you can make out. Except the camera is 13 megapixels with autofocus and LED flash, and you can take up to 1080p videos at 60 fps and 720p videos at 120 fps. So that's quite nice. As you can see, the OS is quite basic. There's nothing much. It's not that. The material design is a little bit nice in the notification bar, but the apps, they look a little bit outdated if you ask me. So for being one of the slimmest phones in the market, you must be wondering how much it weighs. It weighs around 155 grams. So it's not the heaviest phone, it's not the lightest phone either. The Vivo X5 Max weighed around the same weight. Both of them are big phones. This has a 5.2 inch screen, while that is a 5.5. So let's just go back here. Let's just take a look at the camera app. As soon as you open the camera app, it looks quite basic. Once you pull this up, you have some nice options: Ultra HD, Beautify, Expert Mode. Looks like all these Chinese phones have an option called Beautify. I do not know what's up with that. If you go to settings over here, you can choose the resolution and video mode. See, if you choose 720p, you can there's an option also to take in slow motion. So that's something added, which would be nice. Dialer over here. So the OS, or the user interface for that matter, is quite basic. I don't see anything that stands out. There are lots of themes though, and that's something that we can see in the Chinese market. So you can download themes, widgets and wallpapers from the store and put them onto your phone. So that was the first look and unboxing of the Oppo R5. And it's quite a nice looking thin phone, but I feel for the price a Snapdragon 805 and a bigger battery could be included. So that is the end of this video. If you liked it, please press the like button below and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also visit GizBot.com for latest news on technology and written reviews. This is Aditya Gala for GizBot. Thank you for watching.